Okay. Okay, let me open this thing.
Where man's in
I'll show you.
Man's in tea.
Offline. Greetings everyone, my name is Vuitumelo Parsons. I'm 19 years old. 3 words to best describe me are friendly, crazy, and charismatic. My vision is to become a pilot, a successful model, and a successful podcaster. So yes, welcome to Heart2Heart Conversation. Seated right next to me is Zoe Hlatshwayo. Welcome, Queen.
Thank you.
Who's Zoe?
So Zoe is Miss Teen Grand South Africa 2024. She's a beautiful young lady that believes in authenticity, loving yourself for who you truly are. And I'm 17, currently schooling in Penryn College. I aspire to be an anesthesiologist because I believe that saving people gives people hope, and that is the most impactful way to change a society.
That's lovely, Zoe. How did you grow up? How was your upbringing, as a young human being, as a young person until you got to where you are today?
I think my upbringing was quite good. There were some things that I would want to erase from my past, but I think it wouldn't contribute to who I truly am right now. So I'm very grateful for how I grew up and thankful for the family that I've been with, my mom and my stepdad. So yeah.
That's lovely. So, I know how difficult pageantry is and how overwhelming it can become as to juggling between school and, and modeling as a whole. How is it with you? How do you juggle the two? How do you make sure that it doesn't affect your school? Cause I know for me, I struggled with my grade 11, and it was tough, so I wasn't able to balance between the two, until later with my current title. So how are you able to juggle the two?
I think time management. I've developed a lot of time management, especially with Miss Teen Grand South Africa, because we had like social media challenges that we had to do every week, every day. So I would pre-record my things that I needed to do like the week before, or even as soon as I got home, I would pre-record and make sure that I have everything that I need to do. So time management is one of the most important things. Prioritizing your things as well. Like if you're struggling in a subject, I think you must prioritize that more than anything, because school is more important, of course. Sure. And then Miss Teen Grand South Africa. So time management.
So how supportive are your parents in regards to pageantry, in regards to your school and your endeavors as a whole?
You're very, very supportive. I cannot stress that enough. Like my mom, most especially, and my aunt, they're very supportive. And I really appreciate that, because there are some kids out there that don't have their parents' support. So I really am appreciative of them.
That's lovely, because I know how important it is to have your parents behind you all the way. It's lovely. I mean, it boosts your confidence as well to know that my mom is seated right there,
exactly,
watching me speak, and watching this whole journey. So I understand it's a lovely thing. So do you think your life would be any different if, your parents weren't as supportive? Do you think you'd be the person you are today without the support of them?
I think so. I wouldn't be the person I am today, because a lot of like the places that I had to go for community service, I'd have to, drive there and also ask for donations. And without my parents' help, I don't think I would have gone far in my journey. So, yeah.
I can understand how depressing pageantry can be, and having to juggle your school life, your modeling life, and your other endeavors besides school and modeling. How do we then let our viewers know how to not fall deep into depression and, get motivated to look beyond the struggles that life may throw at us?
The main thing is keeping your head up high through all the hard times that you have while in the journey or even after the journey. Keep your head up high. Also, don't give up, because every rejection, there's no such thing as not getting a yes in your life. Everyone will have a chance at being good at something or reigning also in terms of pageantry. So don't beat yourself up for getting rejected, but just look forward to the experience, look forward to the journey, and yeah.
I agree, because we see with Natasha, our current Miss South Africa, how she went again and she tried out again to prove that it wasn't my time. I can do it again, and she got it right. I mean, it's possible. It's lovely. Looking at how a lot of people want to join modeling, not because they love modeling, but because they love the fame that comes with it. They love the publicity it comes with. They don't know what happens behind the scene. Maybe just give them a bit of what happens in the preparation. What happened in the preparation of Miss Teen Grand? What did you have to do? And what do you have to do now that you are crowned our current Miss Teen Grand South Africa 2024?
So preparation-wise, before I was crowned, there was a lot of brainstorming for ideas that I wanted to bring for Miss Teen Grand South Africa. Not only like during like the journey and also after the journey. I think the main thing that I was focusing on was community service, of course. Enlightening people on what my advocacy was truly about and helping them understand why like they need to follow that advocacy or at least appreciate it. So now I have to increase more on my advocacy and do more community service. It's easier said than done. Make appearances and inspirational talks to any young child that's struggling with my advocacy, which is authenticity and loving yourself.
I think people don't get to see the behind the scenes of pageantry, and if they would see, what they'd see in my previous journey was the push, the constant push from my mother, because sometimes I don't want to do a single thing. I don't want to wake up and take videos to post for my pageant. Sometimes I don't even want to answer anything from people. So I think that's one thing they would see, the constant push. Like you said, your parents support you so much, which is lovely. And that's one thing I also have. I believe I'm going to continue to have if God continues to keep my mother for me, so yeah, the constant push and the constant you can do it, the reassurance even when you don't think you need it. It's lovely. So after pageants, what do you think that's going to be like? Besides, Miss South Africa, maybe if we don't reach Miss South Africa, what do you think your life will be without pageants?
I'm of course gonna pursue my dream of being an anesthesiologist, but I also wanna point back to like the beginning of the podcast where you said you wanna be a successful model. I also want to be a successful model, so those are my two main priorities. But that is me after pageantry and all that.
Do you think you could be a fashion model? Because there's different parts of modeling. There's us who are pageant models, and I'm starting to love being dressed by designers where I get to showcase their clothes. I think I'm also starting to open a door for the other parts of modeling. Do you think maybe sometimes you'd, like to forget about all the questions that are asked on stage, and get to experience, being a fashion model?
Yes, I do. Like, fashion is a big part, for especially for my mom. Like, she dresses up in the most extravagant ways, and of course I want to be like my mom. So a lot of her fashion like trends or the fashion styles that she does comes from her. So definitely I'd love to be dressed by someone else.
Thank you to Castle Palmyra and the team for opening up their space, and a huge shout out to Soft Storm for capturing us. You wouldn't be seeing us on your screens if it weren't because of them. I don't know about you, Zoe, but pageantry has boosted my confidence in ways I can never explain. My self-esteem is up there. I mean, I wouldn't even have started a podcast if it weren't because of pageantry and all my life's experiences.
I totally agree with you. I wouldn't even be speaking to you right now if it weren't for pageantry, because I was such a shy girl. So now that I've entered pageants, my self-confidence has boosted, self-esteem, and I'm able to talk to anyone.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. A huge shout out to you, Zoe. Thank you so much for joining us and being our official first guest.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And don't forget, you don't have to be great to start. You have to start to be great. So don't quack like a duck, soar like an eagle. Bye.
Bye.
And that's
Right.
Wow.
nice.
Yo.